The Energy and Climate Change Secretary, Amber Rudd, has been defending the government's decision to cut some subsidies for renewable energy. She called last night's international agreement reached in Paris an extraordinary achievement, but admitted that the deal was not perfect because parts of it are voluntary. With us now is Ilmi Granoff, who's an international lawyer and a senior research fellow at the Overseas Development Institute, where he leads on low-carbon development. Ilmi, thank you very much for coming in. How much did you celebrate when you heard the deal, bearing in mind that as a lawyer you'll see all of the potential pitfalls, I'm sure?
Absolutely do see the potential pitfalls. The way that I think of it is it's a glass three-quarters full. We're absolutely celebrating. Are there weaknesses and issues that need to be worked out in the coming months and years? Absolutely. But if you asked anyone a month ago if they would take this deal, absolutely anyone interested in the topic would have said yes.
What are your reservations about it?
Well, I wouldn't call them reservations so much, but I would say that the norms of transparency, accountability, common metrics to measure all of the participants are in there. We now have to flesh out that skeleton, in greater detail. And we'll be keeping an eye on countries in doing that. And it's now incumbent. We require each individual country to show their ambition in their own commitments going forward. So we'll be very much looking at national politics.
But how do you hold them to account? You can't take a government to court and sue them if they don't meet the promises that they made, can you?
Well, I wouldn't think of it that way. I would say, look, what we had before Paris were a series of pledges, much like New Year's resolutions. What we have now are countries have signed up to gym membership. They have agreed to come in weekly and show up at the gym. And the framework is that we will know when they don't show up. We have a 5-year review mechanism and a requirement that every 5 years those pledges become stronger. So it will be very clear very quickly who the laggards are and who the leaders are.
As far as the British government's concerned, we were just saying that they've rolled back on subsidising renewable energy, which has, a lot of investors were a little bit alarmed by, because they're thinking, hold on a minute, we thought our money was going to be, wisely put into those things. Yeah,
I think it's now key for us to turn back to national politics and say, are each of our countries showing the ambition that is required to fulfill this agreement? So in the UK, the UK government is committed to phasing out coal-fired power by 2025. That is fantastic. But it also increased subsidies for oil and gas in the North Sea and removed renewable energy incentives, which is totally incoherent. So let's give them another chance. We've just signed up to this deal. Now we want to see the UK get its house in order. And mind you, Carney has come out and said on multiple occasions in Treasury that carbon is a major risk to the economy. If there couldn't be any clearer signal than this international agreement that he is correct. This sends a further signal to the market that the future is going to be low carbon.
Ilmi Granoff from the Overseas Development Institute, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.